Hello everybody, this is Nero here, and I'm joined today by Jenrai, and we're going to go over JetBall, the new game mode in Firefall, objective-based, put the ball in the goal, very easy. It is 5v5, it's a new map, there's some new changes around on this map for the patch, and I'm going to give you guys a map tour to try and show and understand what exactly is going on. And Jenrai, you're going to go over our battle frames because it is very different than TDM.
Yeah, as far as frames go, there's a lot of emphasis on mobility because of the fact that the court is so big. There's also a lot of passing involved to move the ball more quickly, but being able to reposition your frame is very, very important. With that said, you can tell over on the blue team, we have, let's see here, one Tiger Claw, 3 Accord Assaults because Afterburner is awesome, and Faded Pez, our lovely Red 5 member, playing the Mammoth, which both teleport shot and Thunderdome blocks the ball, so Mammoth makes one killer goalie. The Tiger Claw, of course, is for that, or excuse me, that's a Firecat. I'm just terrible at frames. I think he switched, actually. But anyway, Inferno Dash, obviously, pretty much equally good as Afterburner in terms of mobility, still a lot of good power. Over on the red team, I have, let's see here, Accord Assault, I have, looks like an Accord Bio, Dragonfly. I don't actually usually see Dragonflies in these matches because they're so mobile and spread out. The concentrated healing is less good, but it can still be useful. We do have a Mammoth because playing without one is dumb if you can get one. And looks like we have ourselves an Electron. What a shock, right? Electron's still very good.
Ooh, wow, and Faded Pez the Mammoth, of course. The Mammoth is sort of the playmaker. It has so much health. It has Teleport Shot. It's got Thunderdome and Shield Wall. It's just, like, the best class that just has such a strong commanding presence. And because it has all those defensive abilities, it is so difficult to bring it down. It just always manages to get the ball, pass it up, push forward for the team. Of course, it does lack a lot in offensive firepower. Now we see Team Red pushing the ball up. Of course, you can't shoot when you have the ball, hence why they ditched it. Actually in a very, very, very nice spot, as Alchemy and Shapiro are going to try and take down Rary, grab the ball and see if they can score.
Oh, looks like it did get tossed backwards right there. One of the things you'll notice teams doing a lot is they want to move the ball to the sides because there's these nice long passing routes they can toss. For the team that's on defense, you'll see them clear it. Oh, bounced right off the hoop right there.
Although Shapiro is there right to clean it up. Oh, no, instead, Soup dumps the ball out. He's going to get picked off, though, by Shapiro. Of course, that Accord Biotech, a very good class due to its Needler and Triage abilities. Of course, Healing Wave does have a bit of knockback for control also, but, man, that primary is brutal.
Well, also, just the fact that Healing Wave, instant damage in a wave, it's very, very hard to miss. Very, very easy to just blast someone down with it. Just real quick, those of you familiar with ice hockey, gonna be, or even just, you know, football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, very familiar with the concept of just clearing the ball, get it out of the danger zone. You see, the longer it's in near the hoop like that, the more chances any team is going to get to put it right in like the red team just did, scoring themselves 1 point for that field goal. For those of you who don't know, a field goal is worth 1 point, and 3 points if you manage to get a nice slam dunk with the ball.
And, well, of course, JetBall is a new type. If you saw at the start of the match, you actually saw Alchemy move around, and he picked up this little green item. That is a HKM item. When you get it, you get 50% of your HKM, which is sort of like what you would call an ultimate. And it is extremely important to take control of the map. Also new, if you're watching Brezzles here, are speed pads in JetBall. Hit them and you get a nice speed boost for a little bit. It's good to take control of it. Oh, and he gets instantly burst down by 2 people. Rocking those abilities, not going to get up. Gets executed. Of course, executions are much more important in JetBall because it adds 10 seconds to your respawn, so it is worth the time if you can execute. And now the ball is down next to Rary.
It's like having a power play. I was making the ice hockey, reference earlier. Imagine if every time you wanted to, you could just kind of force an extra 10-second power play. It's pretty significant when you put it that way. A 5-on-4 advantage opens up more of the field. There's fewer people defending, fewer people to intercept your passes, and you're seeing so much passing is involved in this game because you move the ball so much more quickly. You had that great movement from Soup and Brezzles earlier where they moved kind of parallel up, one through one of the side passageways. Soup taking the ball up the middle. As soon as he was about to die, immediately tossed it to Brezzles on the side. If it had any sort of team support, he probably would have been able to put it in.
Yeah, and one of the other things we're seeing is actually, even though these people aren't on a team together, this is a pick-up game, they are using a good amount of coordination. I think they were in TeamSpeak together, and we see a really good tether field. And why is that so good, Jenrai?
it's an amazing ability because if you drop it on the ball is completely defended. You have whatever time you need to kill off or take control of the area. Your team can grab the ball just fine because you can walk into your own tether field, but the enemy team, 1,000 damage if they want to get it. They can maybe grab it, toss it to someone, but they're still sacrificing a huge amount of their team power to try and get their hands on the ball. It gives you a huge positional advantage.
Absolutely, and Ray did in fact clean up Alchemy. I think Alchemy being one of the better players of JetBall right now, of course being the class he is, that is Accord Assault. They have that Afterburner as you see, just gets them to places, good damage, good splash, overcharge and crater allow them to have a good amount of burst damage. It's just a really solid frame to play, and it's also nice to see the Accord frames really shining a bit more in JetBall than TDM.
Yeah, again, the Accord Assault, just because of that Afterburner. It's so very, very mobile. And also, because you're seeing fewer Dragonflies in general, that, the Accord... Oh gosh, I can't remember what the name of it on, but the passive for the Accord Assault, where he gets more health from these little health pickups that are everywhere on the map. There's tons and tons of health pickups on this map. You remember regular Firefall, where Neroh and I slam dunk? That's that Afterburner right there.
So worthwhile. He almost got picked off too. He ran straight into a shockwave when he crossed that corner. You know, even
right
that
corner. It was a really good use of shockwave.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The tight quarters in this map actually make shockwave and HKM I've complained about as, you know, not very good. It's a bad version of Electrical Storm, etc., etc. I still think it's not as good as Electrical Storm, but it's so much better when there's all these tight hallways and corners all over the place. So, and Accord Assault shines. But just very quickly, while we got 20 seconds. If you may have heard Neroh and I complain from time to time that we feel there aren't enough power-ups on some Firefall maps, this is not a map that has that kind of syndrome. There is health all over the place. There's plenty of ammo. The central room in particular is littered with health and ammo power-ups on both sides.
Absolutely. I'm just giving people a little bit tour of the map. As you said, there are a ton of health pickups, of course, contested on your side, and then in the middle room, a lot of health. And as you said, the Accord Assault benefits a lot more due to his passive. You know, thankfully there are a ton of health, and it makes the center room a lot, you know, just a great place for contesting stuff. And we're going to see Pez getting the ball. Of course, if you think Mammoth's a little bit slow of a class, not true. That teleport shot is just closes that gap instantly, something like 50-60 meter range, but Pez gets picked off. Demonic Bunny is down on the other team, but the team was lured in the side, and now they're going to push up mid. Superior, known for his big plays in JetBall, I think, pretty well. Oh, but he gets picked off. Very nice shot from Alchemy right there.
I'm surprised no one was moving up one of those side paths I was really expecting. I kind of felt like what Pez was doing there was baiting the entire team to chase him, because he got 4 of them. If he could have gotten like a cross pass, if someone was set up for that, would have had a ton of space open to push the ball forward. Because while passing moves the ball very quickly, I mean, if you have the ball, you can't sprint. But you can still use all your movement abilities, excepting teleportation abilities. Like Afterburner and stuff works fine. Teleport shot will cause you to drop the ball, because that would be kind of crap if you can teleport with the ball. But so if you're playing a mobile class, and you get ahead of the other team, you can pretty much get to the goal for free.
Wow, and dumped for 1 point. Did not even bother. Of course, you can get picked off so easily in JetBall. You know, 1 burst ability from a teammate, you know, with that many people there to clean up. You know what? Hey, we're going to get a point, but more importantly, we're going to reset the ball, right? It goes back to the center spawn. It goes back to the lobby right here. And really, it will allow you, you know, to have that kind of control to some degree, where you can reset. Sure, your respawn's really long. If they execute you, yeah, but we're only going to be dealing from the ball from a mid push, and of course we know where the ball carrier is thanks to a nice UI.
Yeah, absolutely. And what part of what happened there? Oh, Brezel's there, desperate for that that health pickup, wanted to make use of that Accord Assault passive, but instead giving up the ball. Nice knockback coming out to make sure he gets that slows down the ball carrier, but it was immediately tossed. Didn't quite make it into the other hallway, which is I think what he was aiming for right there, but kind of just had to get rid of it before he died there, did Shapiro.
Just easily dumped it. Now a 3v1, that is 4v1 even. That is not pretty. Red team pushing up, but the only, of course, one other thing to say, we saw the goal at the end of the first round, or sorry, first period. There are timed periods. It is 3 sets of 5 each, and it will go the full 3. So, you know, if you see teams sort of make a play at the end or try and hold the ball at the end of a period, that is the reason why. They're not wanting to risk that extra point, or they know that they need to push.
Yeah, and a primary function of those periods is that all of us are used to the idea that in Firefall you can change classes at any time. Not so in JetBall. You may only change classes between periods, and that is very, very important. It means that if you want to try to counter-snipe someone's composition, they can't just immediately switch out if you manage to get a good read on how they were trying to play. You actually get a full 5 minutes of having that stronger composition. And it gives you a chance, you know, to swap out later. Maybe the other team does a swap and you try to anticipate it, or maybe you just like the way your team is going and they try to react. But you cannot just make those immediate, okay, we need a Dragonfly for a couple minutes. Okay, we need more mobility, everyone switch a Cortisol. You're locked into those comps for 5 minutes. You have to be very careful and really think about it. It's much more strategic than regular class comps were back in TDM tournaments.
Absolutely, but we do see a lot of the combos from TDM carry over. You know, teams clumping up to make sure they get that Electron Bulwark shield for that extra little bit of health. The Trailblaze speed pads on the ground, the Electron, you know, overclocking station to help with movement for the teams. So all that stuff is still there in President JetBall, which is really nice. And I think it's actually much more important. You know, we sort of saw teams move around very, very nicely on rig sometimes, and it is that and then some.
Well, I think the team movement and team coordination is equally significant, but it's significant in a different way in that you need to actually get a good spread. You need to play the field. What we're seeing right now is the ball kind of going back and forth. We now have Superior grabbing it, finally running off to the side. But you're very, very vulnerable if you're going up the middle. There's not a lot of places to hide. There's not a lot of places to dodge. Same with the side paths, but you have to be able to move the ball to where the enemy team isn't. And
oh my
God.
God.
I don't know how
he used Poison Trail, Jenrai, to slow the enemy. What is that?
Next level Superior right there.
Next level meta.
There's a reason he calls himself Superior. What can I say, ladies and gents?
And we see Pez. Oh, he did change into. So he went Tiger Claw. That's the reason we see all these Trailblazers. He gets picked off immediately, though.
Tiger Claw is amazing, and Trailblaze is god tier in this map.
It is.
I really think everyone should be running one, but
I
what do I know?
agree.
I'm just a shoutcaster.
Electrical Storm coming down the middle, not doing anything but denying a ton of space. And now we're seeing a really nice push up from Red, but ooh, immediately checked away from
again.
Soup. Look how much time he's buying with that. I mean,
hey man,
it's such a legit class.
Just clear the puck.
Like,
yeah, he got it away just in time to clear the period, so they didn't have time to try and push it up for a final score. Good defensive play. Power, you know, I mean, end of a period, just clear the puck. You're ahead, or rather, you're ahead for that period. You're doing all right. Don't let them, you know, build on their lead.
Accord Biotech, good frame. Triage reses people in 2 seconds. Also gives you a
healing
damage.
A healing wave. Also, Accord Chemical Sprayer.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Pretty good. And also, following Soup right now, something that people have talked about a little bit in TDM, but not very much, is, of course, hover sprinting. What is hover sprinting? It is jumping in the air and then just tapping your jets immediately before you hit the ground to maintain your momentum, and it is extremely, extremely important in JetBall. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Extremely important doesn't even begin to cover it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want to move faster for free?
Talking about it right now.
Exactly.
It's hugely critical.
So let's follow Demonic Bunny over here, rocking the Dragonfly, pushing forward alone, gets healing wave, gets the health on top, which is nice. He's got his team, but uh-oh, Soup with that chemical sprayer. It is so good. Any teammates in front get healed. Any opponents in front get wrecked. Oh my god, so much damage, and Soup chucks it out. That is really nice. He gets picked off, but he did a ton for his team right there. Does get executed low. Let's see what Aloysius can do over here. If he can pick off a few kills with Firecat, that would be really nice. Firecat passive helps track people with that ticking damage, and they splash damage. Oh my god, it is so good against the ball carrier because you know where they are.
Very nice pass right there. Knew that he had 3 teammates kind of right over the ridge, just tossed it over while he was getting chased, and boom! Dunk!
Alchemy just dunked, just like that. Very nice play from him. And they're going to actually clean up and maintain 5 thanks to Demonic Bunny getting some heals over there. That's really good. If they can maintain pressure out here and have 1 or 2 go back to mid, I mean, that just puts you up in a very, very good situation that enables you to get that single point goal that much easier, and with an 8-3 lead, they can easily afford to take a few resets of the point.
Yeah, you know, I said, talking about Demonic Bunny, I said when I moused over him, you know, I don't see Dragonflies a lot in this mode when I was playing it. That doesn't mean they're not good. Healing is still really good, and they're a pretty mobile class because of emergency response. It does have that little slow on it, so you can actually slow your pursuers if you're trying to do some ball movement. it is still a very, very good class. It's just not the critically important class it always was in TDM.
Yeah, absolutely. For a long time, teams were hesitant to run a Dragonfly due to how momentum heavy and just teams could be, and how it was basically played a lot TDM-like.
They can't get the ball!
Oh, I mean, they know they can go under the stairs, right? Or is it stuck?
Yeah, it's like stuck. Pez was trying to crouch in there and get it.
Well, maybe they just need a female raptor and they'd be able to get it. We'll see. Too bad they can't change.
Maybe
but
teleport shot or teleport beacon would get them on it. Do they still have? Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I bet it would. I bet it would.
Yeah,
but
they don't have
they're just gonna TDM it out and fight for control in middle. Of course, it will respawn in the middle. It is a beta game. What I do think they should be doing instead is actually controlling the cooldown power-ups and the HKM power-ups instead. That is much more valuable than fighting it out and letting both your team and your teammates build up HKM. I would, let's see. We talked about HKM. Soup, of course, being a biotech chemical sprayer. Very good. Unfortunately, team numbers are not in his favor. I think he's going to get picked off, even grabbing his health over here. He can do some cute plays, you know, dropping the ball, popping off healing wave, but...
Hey, man, he made it work last time.
How far is he going to get? Are you serious?
Don't judge Superior.
No.
There goes the poison trail for the slow.
No.
He's doing it. He's doing it. He's going to dunk it. He's going to dunk it.
No. That shouldn't have happened.
No.
I'm going to tell you flat out. I'm going to tell you flat out. That was a team failure on behalf of Red.
Also, I just want to say, I actually kind of disagree that they shouldn't have been TDMing it out in mid. I think TDMing it out in mid is precisely what they should have done, because Blue won the TDM and they got ball control. And look what just happened, 3 points.
That is
because
fair.
Nobody caught Superior.
That is fair. Of course, just 70 seconds left right now. 2-point difference. Of course, 1 slam or 2 goals.
Needs is 1 dunk.
That is true. And gonna toss it away. So 1 down for them on Blue. They are a little bit away from the ball.
If someone had crossed over to the other side of the court and he could have gotten like some sick cross-court pass, would have been great.
Yeah,
those are hard to land. Like I'm not talking about this like I'm talking about this like it's easy. Just you know, cross-court pass, be coordinated. It's really hard, but you know,
I like this play from Demonic, by the way. He went the side route, which many people don't run because it takes too long. But there's a cooldown power-up, and Dragonfly, one of the classes that really benefits from having the cooldowns refreshed.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Well, not just for the cooldown power-up, though, but on top of that, you end up wasting more time. I mean, you're pushing down a lane a lot of people don't really think about covering. It's a place where if they do get ball control, it's very difficult to kind of move it quickly because you're off to the corner. So
poor Oscar.
They're ahead. They're spending time in travel time, and even if they do give up the ball in transition because they took that longer path, it's not like they're losing a lot of time because there's no long passes you can do right out of that zone.
And the game does end. A lot of contention on the side corridor hall, but 8-6. Pretty nice match. If you look at the kills, you'll see, you know, hey, the Dragonfly had none. The Mammoth had 1. Not uncommon. And you look at the kill disparity, 39 to 63, but the point difference is only 2. This is something that's, you know, can happen in JetBall. You see teams with half the kills have more points. You make big plays, you move the ball forward, you score. You don't need those kills, but who knows about your HKM? Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this game. We have some more games to go ahead and cast, so check the channel for all that stuff.